Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, then distribute it everywhere, and even earn money. We like that. All in one place for totally free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your cellular telephone or your computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else, those other places that podcasts are heard.
Video podcasts are also available on Spotify, and when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, Q&As and polls are the best way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free, zero catch. We've been using it ever since we started How Long Gone. And ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I feel like having the option of turning off the Q&As and the polls on the user dashboard has really helped boost my creativity and take it to another level. I highly recommend giving it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started. What up, baby?
Big dog, how you feeling?
Big dog is feeling pretty well. How are you?
I'm also feeling pretty well. You know, same old
Feeling
here.
a little stressed, a little rushed for time today.
Me too, bro. Well, we have to be done by 5 o'clock to join Decatur Dan to watch Jeezy versus Gucci. So, you know, everything got moved up.
Yeah,
you know?
5 p.m. PST today. If you're listening to this, then the Jeezy and Gucci Mane versus battle already completed. I don't think anyone really thinks young Jeezy is going to win this battle.
I disagree.
Oh, okay, please.
No. I mean, I am Team Guwop, no question. But I mean, I think that as far as actual hits go, Jeezy has probably flirted with the charts much more than Gucci.
Well, you know, that really depends on your definition of a quote-unquote actual hit, because that doesn't necessarily mean anything on the verses. I mean, I've also never watched the verses in my entire life, so I don't know. But, you know, there's certain, you know, songs that are maybe a classic in the hood or a fan favorite or something like that, to where a traditional, you know, whatever chart-topping radio success hit would be.
That's all true, but I mean, Jeezy has like, I don't know. I mean, I don't.
So what? So Vegas odds, not Vegas odds, but let's say we're doing, you know, just a percentage. You know, what's the over under sitting at?
I've probably watched maybe 10 minutes total of Versus throughout its reign of terror during this pandemic, and
don't come for Swizzy like that.
I don't know. Showtime. I don't know. I don't actually know what the criteria for winning is. Like, I don't know how one wins versus loses.
Yeah, I don't even know if there is a crowned victory, but I think it's more of like a people's choice. Like, they battle it out, and then the internet sort of makes the decision themselves.
Well, if that's the case, then, which I do think you might be right about that, then I would say Gucci will probably win because he's such a beloved figure. And
yeah, that's kind of the problem. Is it really is, you know, it's more or less, it's a popularity contest at the end of the day, unless somebody does like a massive fuck up. Like if Gucci, like, it's his versus to lose, as they say.
Yeah, as they say, as Timberland and Swizz Beatz only say.
But he's gonna have to do something real bad to fuck up. Otherwise, you know, people really want to crown.
Do you think Gucci could walk in and shoot Jeezy before it even starts?
In a perfect world, that is exactly what would go down. I mean, hopefully a non-fatal wound. I know. I mean, they obviously have beef because, like, someone from someone's friendship circle murdered another person from their friendship circle. Is that what happened?
Yes, after they had a song out, I believe. Like, they had a song that was a pretty big hit. That's the question. Who's playing that song
over the years?
Who's playing that song though? Who's playing the collaboration that got somebody killed to try to win an internet battle?
I mean, the only person who's going to lose that battle is the family of the person whose life was taken away.
Damn. All right, Jason. Jason.
I didn't mean for that to sound so narky at all, but it is bizarre. And if somebody killed my friend, I would not be doing a Instagram live music challenge with them. I would literally not even enter the same room as them.
Well, Jason,
it's a bizarre thing.
It is and it isn't. I think that we obviously can't relate because, we're not from the streets. We have no understanding of that lifestyle beyond listening to the music and thinking we understand it. So I think maybe it's possible that it's just kind of like, it's been so long, that's what happens. Like, let's do this because getting money is always the goal.
Okay. So the hood statute of limitations has possibly expired.
Well, again,
but I'm just saying where I'm from, Chris, we don't forgive and we don't forget.
Yeah, where you're from, yeah, exactly.
we don't forgive and we don't forget where the nearest location of Wahoo's Fish Tacos is.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We don't forgive and forget the catalog of Sublime, 311, or the Cottonmouth Kings.
What time high tide is during the month of August? I understand.
Yeah, there's a certain code of ethics and conduct that we live by, and I don't know how they do that in wherever ATL Atlanta is. I guess they got music there too, but it's kind of
Zone 6.
The code of the
6,
streets is different in Zone 6 of Huntington Beach, bitch.
I wish there was a Zone 6 of Huntington Beach.
Yeah, there is. It's actually Tower 6, the Lifeguard Tower 6. That's where you get like a nice, tasty right-hander, 3-footer right-hander.
Woo! Zone 6.
Zone 6,
yeah, that's
bitch.
funny. That's funny. I like that. But yeah, we're gonna watch that, and Dan's making 50-piece lemon pepper wings and fries on the big green egg for you guys.
Yeah. To rein in and celebrate this battle of ATL, he's gonna go ahead and cook up a light 50-piece lemon pepper. And I'm glad that we have a few moments to chat before our guest today comes on. Even though I know he is a lover of food, this is more of a Chris specific question. If you were to be invited to a lemon pepper wing activation such as this, and you were instructed to bring a side dish, what is your wing side dish? If this was going down at American Deli in Atlanta.
I mean, I haven't eaten wings in 25 years probably, but I would say I don't know. I feel like fries is the only side, really? Like, I don't know what...
Like mac and cheese, green, like biscuit, like... There's lots of different wing sides.
I mean, biscuits, fries, and wings together in a meal is diabolical, but I do think that sounds pretty cool.
The thought of biscuit and fry together is making your white little head spin? Is that what's going on?
It's making my caloric intake hurt.
Right. You felt that in the arterials.
I think I feel like maybe a mac and cheese would be the most complimentary. That seems like the most like crowd pleaser.
All right. Do you want me to pull up with the Amy's vegan mac and cheese for you, Chris?
No. I'll be ordering my own meal tonight. I whenever I go to Dan's house,
that reminds me actually, Chris. You've been talking about Sakara Life, but I went to your Sakara Life / Chris Black, and they didn't know you, fam. They didn't. No, I got a URL 404 error code.
No, I've secured the Sakara Life for when I depart Los Angeles and have more fridge space to store it. That was my issue.
Okay, you wiggled out of that one. That was a good save, Chris.
I keep the Villa Carlotta mini fridge stuffed to the gills with cold brew and sparkling water. There's no room for food.
So there's you're simply at full capacity. There's plenty of vacancy at the Villa Carlotta, but not in your mini fridge, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Not unlike the Hotel California. Am I right, Chris?
No, exactly.
You can check in, but you can never leave.
You can check out, but you never leave. But yeah, sure. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I haven't decided because I already had M Cafe this week, so I don't know. I'll have to switch it up.
Oh, damn. Well, it looks like we have ourselves a bit of a... we're in the dilly of a pickle, as they would say, Chris. Will Big CB scarf down? What sad, cold, tofu-based meal will line his withering stomach lining with?
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care because food for me, Jason, is fuel, and for you, it is life, and that is the difference between you and I. That's why we're the yin and yang of podcast hosts.
Yes. I put the life in Sakara life, and you put the Sakara in Sakara life. I'm assuming Sakara means like, not fatty. I don't know. What? Yeah. Do you know what Sakara means?
It seems like it could be a made-up word, to be honest, which I think is a smart brand play for them.
Not unlike the coconut manna that's definitely a made-up thing.
Yeah, I know when I thought as many times as I've read that word, I was always like, is this something I'm just not aware of yet? But then I checked in with my source and which is you, and you're saying it's not real.
Yeah, sources tell. Yeah, I mean, I do make a reference to coconut manna I guess if you're listening to this today, Friday.
Let's drop it, Jason. Let's just drop it.
Let's drop it. All right. It should, I mean, unless something terrible happens in the next 24 hours, you should be able to read the Grub Street Diet featuring Jason Stewart on shelves today.
And guys, I've had a little preview, and it's as good as you think it's going to be. You know, my man really blacked out in the booth. He's sick with the pen, not unlike Joe Budden, and the rhymes are hot. They are hot.
Yeah, and also much like Joe Budden, I'm just currently in blazed in a legal battle with my editors, just trying to see what's going to end up hitting the shelves and what's going to end up on the cutting room floor. But that's something that I'm treading lightly as an amateur in the New York elite media world.
Yeah, I mean, I love to see you flirting with the big leagues. It warms my heart for sure.
Yeah, it was making me read this. Fun. It was making me remember. It made me remember a piece that that girl Leah Finnegan wrote on the outline, like complaining about how she hates that they're letting people from L.A. write Grub Street diets for New York Magazine, and I was like, damn, like if she hates. Like Seth Rogen talking about going to Cantor's or whatever. Wait till she fucking reads my bullshit. But so I read that yesterday and had to make a little last minute addendum that unfortunately they also chose to edit out. I said, if you are from New York and you are reading and you have made it this far through this article, I just want to let you know that I hate sugarfish. Which is that's a perfect closing line, and They fucking cut it out.
Well, Jason, unfortunately, a lot of my jokes get cut out. It's just what happens, bro. Sometimes it doesn't fit the entire narrative. You know what I mean? And you can't go too attached to these sentences because they're all up for cutting.
Yeah, luckily I smoke enough indica and sativa to forget that I even said them. So this time tomorrow, I won't even remember that cool little line. But as a How Long Gone listener, you get a little peek behind the curtain, and I'll throw a few more softballs your way as the minutes progress today. Don't worry.
Great, thanks. And we are doing our Twitch tomorrow, 5 p.m., 8 p.m. Mm-hmm. You already know the vibes.
Last Twitch before Thanksgiving, guys. So hold on tight.
Yeah, hold on tight. It's gonna be. Luckily, there's no turkey talk.
You don't know that, Chris.
That's right. I guess I'm just trying to manifest no turkey talk, but like
we'll be deep frying an entire bird throughout the course of the 60-minute program.
Do people celebrate in the different planet of Malibu? Do they celebrate holidays there?
They do celebrate holidays, but I don't think they really care too much about Thanksgiving. I don't know if it's on their radar, and if they do, then they're probably just ordering. They're probably having Sakara for Thanksgiving.
So sick.
Yeah,
so
I need
chic.
to find out if Sakara Life is doing anything for Thanksgiving.
I'm sure they're doing a tofurkey activation. We do have a guest today, James Stack, better known as Jim E. Stack, who is an old friend of Jason's, I believe.
Jimmy and I have known each other for a long time, grinding on the internet in the cool bro DJ remix world. He's been producing music of his own over the last few years, and he just released, I think it's his debut solo album.
It's his second album called Ephemera.
Okay, it's his second album. My bad.
And he's worked with some heavy hitters though. One of your favorites, Charlie XCX.
Yeah, we absolutely love Charlie.
Caroline Polachek, which we both love.
Yeah, and Big Bon Iver, baby.
Big Bon, all the way from Wisconsin. But yeah, his new record is available everywhere now. It features Empress of Bon Iver, Dijon, Ant Clemens, and Casey Hill. Give it a motherfucking spin. Anyway, let's give Jim E a call and find out what it's like to make a remix.
So yeah, how is this podcast about you and your new album going so far, Jimmy?
So far, I'm loving it. Honestly,
your manager jacking off in the shower?
brightening my mood.
Where are you? Are you in LA?
Yeah, my apartment in an undisclosed location.
You're East Side, you're downtown, you in Orange County.
East Side.
Okay.
It would be really cool if you said Orange County, but we'll accept East Side as a vague response.
Yeah, we've been noticing lately that our guests have been a little more tight-lipped about
apprehensive.
A little cock shy about divulging the neighborhood that they live in.
Their address.
Yeah, not their exact address, but like we had Rostam on last week, and like I could barely get that guy to say he lived in California. He was like, "Oh, I'm like, dog, you ain't Michael Jordan." Like,
no, Rostam is so like not secretive is the wrong word. Just everything undisclosed.
I think he has elusive kink. You know what I mean? He wants you to wonder where he's at, but he's never going to tell you.
I also, though, I think if you start dealing with like real celebrities with insane fans, it can get really weird quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like, it can get really weird really quick. Like, with people that we don't even realize are that famous, maybe even, too. Just the stan culture has gotten really out of control.
Yeah.
Dude, I know people whose siblings are, like, just absolutely, like, menaced by, like, fans of their siblings.
And these are people who are not... And it's not like Ariana Grande's sister or something. It's like somebody a little bit more on planet Earth.
No, I guess it's kind of up there, but still.
Okay.
Wow, nice flex.
They're really
famous.
So.
They're really famous, fam. Don't get it twisted.
I'm just saying, like, to be at the point where you're like, wow, I'm like, you're so sick, I'm going to go, like, burglarize your sister's home or something.
I like your movie
that's
so
how much I love your...
I'm going to rob your sister to prove how much I love your acting.
Yeah. I mean, practically.
All right, so you don't have any like animals of yours that have been ceremonially sacrificed in the backyard or anything like that? You're good money so far.
No, dude, only my bonsai mysteriously died. It was doing fine, and then like...
Are you going to blame this on the fans? I know you weren't pruning the way you should have been pruning.
Someone snuck in and poisoned it. I'm convinced. Because it was doing fine, and like literally just on a dime, it turned and just started getting like brown and is basically dead now. Like out of nowhere.
Damn. I mean, you kind of have to wonder if it has something to do with the election. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And all the mass voter fraud.
Yeah, your bond that's going to come back to life when they recount the votes and Trump is free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is all. Yeah, just watch this space closely. This is all part of the plan.
Yeah,
the bonsai was supposed to die.
It's a sign for all of us to watch. You know what I mean? It predicts. It's like a groundhog. You know, Groundhog Day. It predicts what's happening.
So Jimmy, you're in LA somewhere, and right now we're doing some press for the new album. How do you like doing press and media shit like this? I mean, I guess not like this, but you know.
No, like this, I'm already really enjoying. Honestly, no, just so much of it.
This is cooler than like Consequence of Sound being like, what's your top 3?
How'd you come up with your name?
Right.
And I'm like, well, I was a stupid fucking 16-year-old who like thought of a dumbass name. I've never thought of anything better since.
Well, I mean, I do a support group for people who have bad DJ names. If you'd like to join.
Yes, I would.
It's 5 p.m.s on Tuesdays in the basement. It's a church in Silver Lake.
Yeah, we meet at Cafe Tropical. It's me and a lot. It's me and Chet Faker and Tom Cruise. We all link up.
Oh my
Yeah, if
god.
my girlfriend has time, she'll make some cookies or something like that, and we kind of get together and commiserate.
It's interesting because
I'll see you there.
the coffee is actually pretty good at this meeting. Which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
not,
it's like better
not-
than it needs to be. You know,
It's like
Not
a medium roast.
Yeah, not a total surprise. They sometimes spring for the Starbucks holiday blend when they're feeling flush.
you know, like people will say. I mean, I think I've heard it before as well. But people will call your name Jimmy Stack, Jime Stack. Is that a thing that happens? Okay, and people, we were talking about this a couple episodes ago, or maybe last episode, about people calling me the M Jeans.
which I had never seen before, but art critic Jerry Saltz called Jason that on Twitter, and then he told me that it's happened before, and I was stunned. Like I was stunned. Yeah, like the space capital M period jeans.
I think maybe just those two words together in sequential order, them and then jeans. Like if you're a white enough person that you can't even wrap your head around those two words being in the same sentence. So
this must be a typo.
Yeah, this must be a typo. So I need to know what the M means in this sentence. It's fucked up. But you are not Jimmy. You're not Jime Stack. You're Jimmy Stack. And call
me whatever you want.
To be honest,
call me what you want. A poet, a creator, a musician. I mean, am I more than that? Maybe.
To be honest, creative juggernaut. I think that I think that Jim E. Stack is cool. Like I
Jimmy
like
Stack
it.
is a good name.
I like the way it looks.
Do you regret
cool.
having that name, or are you okay with it now?
No, I mean I don't know. I guess I'm fine with it. I just like think like in high school I was like, oh, what's like because that's when I started producing music and stuff, and I was like, what's like a cool name or like stuff, and like I don't know what I was even trying to think of. There was some house producer like Hippie, like HIPP -E, and I was like, well, that's like funny, I guess. I don't know.
Jimmy, you were correct. I think I remember seeing you burst onto the internet, you know, when you were just a little young boy, and I think like that A$AP Rocky remix was maybe the first time. Was that the first thing that kind of blew up for you?
Yeah, dude, just in my dorm room at Loyola, New Orleans.
Wow.
What is the? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not from the EDM community. What remix was it?
He did a remix. Was it Purple Swag?
Yeah, a bootleg, actually.
It was an unofficial offering that he gave to me.
Do you guys remember how that shit was so good? It's actually insane how bad A$AP Rocky has gotten over the years, because it's insane how good that first mixtape is. It's such a big
literally
deal.
like even up until the last couple of years. Like how long ago did you make that? Like,
I mean, that was
10 years ago or something.
Almost 2011, I think.
So it was almost 10 years ago, and I remember when that came out, and I was like, I don't know who Jimmy Stack is, but this is my kind of music. Like it was everything that I liked and I wanted, and I played the shit out of that remix, bootleg.
Did you play the bootleg in the club, Jason? Are you saying you
absolutely
banged on your Zune?
No, I played it in the club because
wherever possible.
It was not only a bootleg, but it was a little bit of a hashtag DJ tool, where it was kind of like it would play like enough. It would sound like enough of the original song, so like a normal lay person in the club would be like, all right, this is like a A$AP Rocky song that I know, and then it would go like second verse, drop the bridge or something like that, and then it would get into a cool little Jimmy Stack shuffle kind of boom boom sound.
Yes, sir.
And then
is that a signature shuffle? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, all he did was
interpretation of a drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Where's the drop, you fucking pussy? No, but he put his little swag sauce on it, and it was the perfect amount of like subtle bootleg. And I still play it. I mean, if DJing was a thing that people did, I would still play it to this day. Absolutely. So that's
that thing. It's so like funny that it was just such like a weird. Because it was like maybe the funny thing is it like wasn't like actually like legit like viral by today's standards, or even it was just like, you know, but like if you were, I feel like, into like, you know, music and on like fucking Tumblr and shit in like 2011, it definitely you know it turned your head. But it's funny because it like, dude, there's so many like like random. I feel like connections in my life are just people are like, oh, like you did that like such and such thing, like whatever, like now I'm like, yeah, like that's weird, that like all the like weird, like I'm not even talking like, oh yeah, this led to like great creative opportunities or anything. It's like literally just like the weird kind of like reconnections with people, or people like drawing the line between like dots like years later is just like so like insane to me. And even then, like, because I like put that on SoundCloud or something, and then like ASAP Yams like put it on their Tumblr, and then like they were all into me and shit, like Rocky specifically, and I like was like 18, like whatever, meeting him in New York and shit when we both played the Fader Fort. And
did he try to kiss you?
What?
Look, I don't know. I mean, I've heard some things about Rocky. That's all.
Did you end up making any official music with the mob?
No, I just like hung out with them when I like moved to New York, like here and there. Honestly, the weirdest thing.
Jim, did you drink lean with the mob?
I'm trying to think. Probably
did you
no.
feel...
I would just like hit a blunt and was like, whoa, I'm like way too high. I need to get out of here.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, if I was to hang out with any ASAP members like that, especially when you're 18, I would absolutely be pressured to hit the blunt. I would absolutely get way too high to be there, and I would, run away as quickly as possible.
Think where it peaked, this is like some deep info on me. Where that, where the peak that whatever, what that remix like
that purple wave
caused it in my life was going to a Drake show in Jones Beach, and like with like Rocky and all of them, because like Drake was gonna bring like Rocky out to like do a song, and so like to do like Peso or whatever, or like or like no, Pretty Flacco is what it was. And like, so he was like about to bring him out, and they were like starting to go out on stage, and Rocky was like, come on, like, what are you doing? Like, to me, I was like, what? And they like brought me out on stage with them, and I was just like jumping around with like just ASAP Mob and Drake on stage, and I just remember like making eye contact with Drake on stage, from like literally like 5 feet away, and he was just like, I could just see in his eyes, he was like, who the fuck is this person? It's like one fucking like weird white guy with ASAP.
I wasn't familiar with ASAP, this white guy.
yeah, exactly.
I haven't heard him on any of the remixes. That's really funny, actually. That's a really good story.
Yeah, I mean, just I could only imagine the energy and rush of that must have felt, right when Drake is peaking. Right when ASAP is peaking, and to go out and jump around on stage with them.
It was literally like probably like right after. It was like right when like Take Care came out. I mean, it was so. Yeah, it was so like, I don't know. I always forget about that. It was like the weirdest fucking, probably the like strangest moment of my life ever.
Have you been trying to block that out?
No, I don't know. I don't know what I've been doing.
He left that stage, and he thought he was going to the top, right? I guess fucking blast off now.
Like, wow, I made eye contact with Drake.
Exactly. I just.
He started acting brand new after he made eye contact with Drake.
Yeah, you got a new phone number when you made eye contact with Drake. Damn. What a different time. What a different time.
Yeah, it's been all downhill since.
Did you ever live in New York?
Yeah, I lived in New York so I went to school in New Orleans for 2 years from 2000.
Can I ask you a question? I guess. Is New Orleans?
There's going to be a lot of questions today, Jimmy. Sorry.
I don't. New Orleans might be the most overrated city in America. Am I wrong?
He's a sober person, just to let you know.
Then that makes sense that you would think that. I mean, it is just like the most like. At least when I was there, I was like an 18-year-old. I was just like, wow, this is like, not that I had experienced really life at all, but I was like, this is like the most like debaucherous place ever. Like, it was just, I think for that, it was like dope to go to school there just because like I'm not sure of the specific history, but basically when the U.S. changed the drinking age to 21, Louisiana like refused, and so there's
bro,
I didn't even know they had schools in New Orleans.
Yeah, right. No, but dude, it was just so like wild. I don't know. I mean, it was. I feel like there's a lot of like really cool history there and stuff, obviously, and they like randomly have this like super sick World War II museum that's like
I've been there actually. Yeah,
like tight as fuck. But yeah,
how sick can a World War II museum get though, Jimmy?
Dude, it's like stepping into like a Ken Burns documentary for like 5 hours. It's like there's no corner cut. It's like unreal, like how in they went.
Especially if you hit a backwoods before stepping foot inside.
Yeah.
How long gone exclusive? Jimmy Stack history buff. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah. Old History
I've seen a
Channel
couple
looking
Ken Burns series.
I didn't know you were a burner boy.
Dude, I really am. I fucking the one I watched during quarantine, or I don't know. I guess it still is.
All right, top 5 Kennys, dead or alive. Drop them.
Number 1, I've only seen. Honestly, I think I've only seen 2. The Vietnam one.
Oh yeah, off top Vietnam, bitch. Okay.
But dude, then the one I watched like in maybe June or something was just this like 2-part one on the Dust Bowl, which is like the most fucking insane thing ever. I'm like, wait, how does no one know about like the Dust Bowl? It's like
I've been trying to block it out most of my life.
Yeah, that's my The
Dust Bowl personally for me has been a big pain in my ass.
I didn't know.
Do you guys know anything about it? It's like I truly was like, wait, like what? Like what happened?
You can drop some science on us because I know what it is, but I don't really know much.
Professor Stack, bless us and the listeners.
Yeah, okay, get ready. Basically, like okay, so I think it's like in the 20s about when there's all this like unsettled land out west, and the government, the deep state, was trying to like incentivize people because at that time like most people were just on the East Coast, was like trying to incentivize people to go and like go
west,
unsettled land. So like in a big area where they were doing that was I think what's called the Great Plains, which is like where Oklahoma, Colorado, New Mexico, and some other ass state intersect. And so like you could just get like land super cheap, and people like went out so that the government like incentivized people to do it and just like to whatever, like till the shit out of the land and like farm there.
They're
but like
we're about to till the fuck out of this land, boy.
As long as you're not an indigenous Native American, this shit is all you, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
But so basically they like, all these people went out there, and I guess like what no one like really quite understood or no one cared to like divulge was just that all the Great Plains area just like appeared super like fertile and like chill and shit because it was like a particularly like rainy stretch of time, like up until then. And then there's basically just like an insane drought. Like it like for like 10 years where people would be like, wow, it rained for like 5 minutes this year. Like what a great year. Like it got to like that point. Like literally the land was so like they just like sowed or whatever, tilled the shit out of the land. Like that in combination with it just being like, as it turns out, dry as fuck. And then it was, and like, so then when all these like windstorms and shit like came through, it was just like the sky was like black and stuff for like, like literally like 10 years, dude. Like people would I'm not even.
How did that lasted that long?
Dude, it's starting to make COVID look pretty chill is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Dude, and then there were all these, there was like crazy, like, then like the farmers out there would like kill all these like wolves and shit that were like attacking their livestock. And then because they did that, these like wild rabbit populations like exploded. And there were just like rabbits fucking everywhere. Then like something similar happened with like locusts. It was literally like biblical level shit, dude. It's actually like unreal. And I always like I'm from San Francisco originally. And I'm always like drive up, and throughout Central California, there's always like these signs that are like Congress, like Make America Great, like Congress created the Dust Bowl. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like Congress can't like create a natural disaster. And then like watching that documentary, I was like, oh my God, they like did. It's so insane. I don't know. I recommend it to like everyone. It's fucking nuts. And like, I just had no idea. It's crazy.
I think we probably, I mean, that was at that time where like there was just so much information that we did not know as a human race.
Yeah.
And we probably learned like 1 billion lessons all in one take of the Dust Bowl of like, oh, you can't just plant shit in dirt forever and have it be okay. You can't just do this. You can't just do that. Or there's going to be, you can't just kill all of the wolves and things are going to be chill. The rabbits are going to go ham.
Cycle of life.
But I think what's so like interesting about it though is it's like it's actually like a very, you know, like pinpointable and like explicit lesson in like, this is what happens if you don't kind of like use and interact with the natural environment the right way, is it will literally like, revolt. I mean, like just destroy everything. And I'm
Mother
like,
Nature will get up in that ass.
Dude, exactly. I'm like, why don't these like fucking like climate scientists and shit like point to that now? Because that's, I don't know. I'm just like, man, that shit was nuts. I do not want to live in Oklahoma in 1923 or whatever.
Jim is busting his third eye open.
Yeah, well, thank God all that went down over there in the flyover states and not in badass Orange County. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. In Silver Lake.
That could have been bad.
Yeah, the only Dust Bowl in LA is Chris's closet. You know what I'm saying?
Bitch,
little dusty ass fit.
Don't talk about me like I'm living out of a suitcase, bro. Don't come for my fits. I can outdress both of you fools, and I don't even see Jim. I can't even see Jim from the neck down.
No, Jim is a little swag.
I'm in active wear.
Oh, are you wearing dry fit right now?
Yep.
Damn. Okay.
From yesterday.
Never mind. Are you
from yesterday? What's our shower schedule, John? We doing 2 days?
No,
I
don't.
Zero.
I don't have
days?
laundry in my apartment, so I'm like, okay, no one's gonna like in COVID times. Like, I'm not going to the gym. No one's gonna like smell me exercise, so I can like wear a dry fit shirt for like 2 days.
Go off.
What's the Gym E-Stack workout program?
Dude, initially, like I was like lifting weights and like doing yoga and like running and shit like 5-6 days a week, and now I'm just like basically lifting weights and maybe like running 1 day a week.
Sounds like somebody suffered from a little case of album mode. You know what I'm saying, Jason?
Yep.
This man has a textbook album mode syndrome. Do you or somebody you know suffer from album mode? So that is kind of interesting. So are you doing a clean or a dirty bulk right now, Jimmy?
What's a dirty bulk?
That's where you put your like you bulk
I would say
up.
It's hybrid.
Oh, okay. So it's how much? So that like for every time you go to Erewhon, you're also going to Arby's. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, it's more like per 3 Erewhon meals, there's 1 Dave's Hot Chicken.
Oh,
okay.
You know?
When Jimmy's eating that hot chicken, slurping down that Nashville style, how hot are we going?
Medium tender hot sandwich.
Medium tender hot sandwich.
Damn,
okay, so medium is still pretty hot.
The thing is like I'm not even. Yeah, I like spice, but it's like one of the cases in which like the medium actually has on its own like it is better flavor. You know?
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, I always prioritize if something is really hot and the flavor is really good, then it's great and worth it. But oftentimes the more milder choice just has a better flavor.
It's true.
I've never been to Dave's, but I'm kind of getting really sick of the spicy fried chicken Nashville cartoon clucker. Tennessee ring stinger bullshit going on in the food world.
Dude, all the logos of all the places too are just like so fucking hilariously bad. I'm just like, who made this? Like I
streetwear people.
So funny to me.
Streetwear people made it.
Yeah, streetwear and hot chicken are synonymous.
Yeah, they actually are.
They're synonymous.
That's actually really true.
Yeah,
I actually cannot even believe how true that is. like getting in line there, I'm like, wow, I'm like the only person of like these 15 people not in like fake Supreme.
I'm the only
stuff.
person who's not wearing fake Yeezys in this line right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the only person wearing real Yeezys.
Oh.
Jim pulls up to Hot Chicken in the full hundreds fit rating. He hungry, bro. He hungry.
You know the Yeezys is real, boy.
You know the Yeezys are real. Well, wait. Did you have all this exercise equipment pre-quarantine? You got weights in the crib?
No. It's really, there's this just like a trainer that I've just been seeing like in his backyard.
My bad.
You know,
I see my trainer in a park, so I know how it feels. I like that program. I like that program.
Were you a gym guy previously?
Oh my God, it's all I have. Yes, it is.
When you're sober, working out is really the only thing, the only real release that you have.
You get to smoke big. You get to smoke big doinks and play with a computer. You know what I mean? Some of us, all we have is the gym. But yeah, I was going a lot. But this I've really gotten used to the Cali lifestyle of outdoor exercise, and it's going to be hard to go back if I do.
Yeah, but winter is
were you
coming,
living in
bitches.
New York?
I live in New York. Yeah, I live in New York, but I've been here for a while, and I'm coming back like next year. So I don't know. This can continue, but I was very much like an Equinox, Barry's boot camp,
dude,
like
for life, baby.
Are you a Noxie too?
Which location?
Dude, yeah, and like I have to DTLA.
Well,
people
that's
hate
that's
on
a
it.
Twisted location, Chief.
It's just the closest to me. I'm not trying to drive like 25 minutes to Miracle Mile.
I'm trying to pinpoint your exact address.
We're finding
You fucked up. Damn, you fucked up. Okay.
Damn.
Very interesting. Okay.
But like, I mean, people like hate on Equinox and like maybe rightfully so. But I'm like, if you go, like I would go, like 5 days a week, and I'm like, it is just incredible value.
Yeah,
like it's so expensive, but like, dude, the place is fucking immaculate.
I agree.
Like it's, so, I just like, I don't know. I'm like,
well, one thing I noticed is I've never been to a gym, or I've been a member of gym like 24 Hour Fitness, Golds, all these places over the years since I was like in high school or whatever, and I've never been to a gym where I actually wanted to shower in.
Yes,
until I went to Equinox, and I was like, "Oh, this is like pretty damn clean. The products are good. Like, this is as good as showering in a hotel." And that alone is kind of wild.
It's literally better than showering at my apartment.
Yeah, like, and for a lot of people, it's better than showering at their apartment.
I don't know about you guys, but there's hotter guys at that shower than the shower in my apartment. So that's the issue I have.
Are you hitting the sauna at Equinox, or were you?
Yeah, the steam room, the schwitz.
You hit that wet schwitz, don't you?
Dude, like, and even just some days, like, I remember just having like a Saturday or something where I was just like kind of chilling, and then at like 4 or something, just be like, man, I'm gonna just like go to Equinox and just chill in the fucking steam room for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then shower.
Wow.
And I used to do that too. When I was hungover, I would go blast off in there. And then, I would get that Kiehl's lotion and pump it head to toe, drop half a gallon on me, go back in, do another 20 minutes, chug a coconut Wawa. And then you finally come out, you finally go out to your car in the parking lot, and you are feeling back to 100%.
I prefer
better.
I prefer the West Hollywood location for it's older, but it has more celebrities, and it's more fun.
Like who? Who have you seen?
Like Garbage, like only Garbage, like Jesse Metcalf,
like the singer of Garbage.
Who is that?
No, I wish. That's exactly. It's like low-level Desperate Housewives character actors and like Bravo celebrities. It's like the kind of
right.
It ain't if you're really rich, you ain't going to a public gym. That's the beauty of it,
right,
yeah.
Dude? But I at DTLA. Fucking, like, how long have I been a member there? Maybe 2 years. I saw fucking Chris Rock.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
Like, trying to be like super low key with like a hat really low and on like like one of the super low seated stationary bikes, like in the corner, just kind of like looking over his shoulder and shit.
Chris Rock ain't fooling nobody.
Yeah, that's fake exercise, Chris Rock.
I know,
that's what I was going to say.
I used to go to the Gold's Gym downtown, and almost every single day I would see Crispin Glover there, and he would work the elliptical machine head to toe,
Who's
all
that?
black. He's like a fucked up character actor. You've seen him in stuff before, but
Any relation to Danny Glover?
literally the exact opposite person to Danny Glover
Oh,
in every
okay.
way possible. He was in Back to the Future. He played like the nerdy guy who was like, "Get your damn hands off her, Biff," and then punches him in the parking lot. That was a popular movie
Maybe I
from the
remember.
80s.
God, you don't
know
that. Yeah,
What else you got, sweetie? Yeah, that's fine.
loser.
So Jimmy, we were talking about food, and you and I would always run into each other at the farmers market. Are you still?
sir.
Well, you're like, how's our culinary journey been going for you lately?
Dude, initially, like I was cooking so much. Like my girlfriend and I were making all kinds of shit, and then I just got to a certain point. Well, I wasn't going to the farmer's market. Also, like the fucking Hollywood farmer's market, the line to get in is literally like 300 people. It's insane.
It's like Bergheim.
Like, yeah. So, like, we've been going to every now and then the Santa Monica one on like
Ooh.
Wednesday mornings, I think.
Okay, that's the real for the heads only. Shit,
Well, it must be
Yeah.
nice. It must be nice to have this musician schedule. You know, Wednesday morning, me and my girl.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you gotta go there at like 6 a.m. to try and beat Jessica from Squirrel over there if you want to get your hands
Yeah,
on a
exactly.
nice looking piece.
On
Of...
some rotten jam.
Look.
dude,
The jam starts out as very nice, seasonal persimmons that are hand picked, and then after that it does become moldy through user error. But that's not to slight her. We still support Squirrel on this side, baby.
We order squirrel via Uber Eats at least twice a week.
I'll be drinking the mold is good for you. Put a
Yeah, I
little
think
hair on your chest, baby.
Yeah,
Like hallucinate from it.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't
smoking
do drugs.
banana peels. You could kind of see some trails if you eat enough squirrel jam.
So you guys were really cooking up a storm, but I'm having a feeling it's petered off.
Yeah, I think it's because
Dude,
you got one bite of that clucking good Dave's hot fried chicken.
I don't even know what it was. It's just like getting sick of doing
Dishes.
fucking dishes like 3 meals a day. That's what I don't know. I just like I'm trying to think what the last thing I cooked was. Like
You gotta get on
quesadilla.
you have to get on a schedule to do a bay dishes switcheroo with your life partner kind of vibe. Otherwise, you're just gonna lose your shit.
Well, we have good roles where I'm like the like cleaner upper and she's the dish doer. So I'm like, whatever, wiping off like the counters, putting everything away, like drying shit,
And
So
yeah, it's good
taking
to
out
have
the
that
trash.
You do have a
Dude, 'cause,
dishwasher at the Ritz-Carlton Silver Lake, right?
Dude, wait, Jason, do you ever feel like, because for me, like doing dishes, and you're taller than me, is like excruciating.
Oh,
like
yeah,
bending over the fucking sink for like, not
man.
40 minutes, but whatever, even like 20 minutes. I'm like,
You need to
oh
get
my
one
God,
of those.
it's
You need to get one of those
horrible.
pads that people have, to make it more comfortable.
To stand on, yeah.
No, but the
Or just
standing
like a
pad,
chair.
all that does is make you taller if you stand on that squishy pad.
Yeah,
so
actually, that's true.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
kind of fucked up because sometimes I'll be doing the dishes and like you have the top of the sink and then you have the bottom of the sink, and the bottom of the sink.
That's how sinks work.
Thanks to gravity, the bottom of the sink is where all the dishes live. And I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, the bottom of the sink is basically in line with my kneecap. So like I am doing dishes at kneecap level, and that can't be good. But just I learned from years of DJing that you have to operate with.
God, true.
You have to use a wide leg stance, or you have to really isolate your glutes and lower back and make sure that you're bending over with that little thoya thawing poking out with good form and stability.
With like a weightlift or a mover's belt on.
Yeah,
your lower back.
There's lumbar support movers belt.
Exactly.
Hot guys who move, college studs who move type of scenario going on. I have all my straps on, and then you bend that perfect form. Otherwise, it doesn't look good. Your life partner will look at you like some type of little common bottom twink, but it is what it is.
If you're not cooking, then the sugarfish bill is looking high.
I don't even know. I don't know what I'm trying to think what I've been like eating most recently. Like, you know what I've been doing? Did you guys watch that fucking horrifying David Attenborough documentary on Netflix?
No, we don't watch. You watch a lot of educational stuff. That's not really the kind of programming we're into here at Hell Long. That's not really our beat.
That was the one that it was like my life type of.
Yeah.
I saw it, but I didn't watch it.
You basically for a variety of reasons, essentially you're like, whoa, like humans are going to be extinct in like 100 years. And like a big, part of whatever our impact on shit. And that's also the thing I don't understand too, with like the whole, like, oh, like Mother Earth shit, like gotta be like good to her and stuff, which I'm like, yeah, like for sure. But I don't think people like what I learned from the documentary. I was like, okay, aside from like keeping the like environment nice, like there literally will not be humans in like several generations if like we don't like figure some shit out. But anyway, so I've just been eating ever since seeing that when he talks about like how like, how much meat we eat is actually like pretty unnatural. And we're like a lot of other like indigenous tribes and stuff that are like still around, like just live off the land in a way more like sustainable way. So I've been eating less meat and stuff, but like the fucking thing I cannot get enough of is like another trend is these like, like Impossible or Beyond burger joints.
Oh no,
dude!
You're not pulling up to Monty's, are you? Are you a Monty's girl?
Pray for Jim.
No, I converted from Monty's to Honeybee.
Oh, okay. I've never been to Monty's, but I don't want to go there.
What's Honeybee? Where is it?
It's on Rowena and another street.
I just find
so like Silver Lake.
Beyond Burgers are disgusting. Impossible is passable, and I've been a vegetarian my whole life, like most of my life.
Oh, really?
It's too much. It's just too. I'd rather have a classic Boca on Jason's grill.
Dude, oh God, Boca. That is true. You know what? The veggie burger has gotten lost in all this, and the veggie burger is really good.
It's too much.
Yeah, don't forget about the forefathers.
That's so true.
The architects of this game.
The humble. Yeah,
don't forget about the Nas of veggie burgers.
Exactly. You shoot.
Damn, I forgot about the Boca. It is really true though. Like, because I used to eat like way more meat and stuff like that, but even then, just sometimes you're like, damn, I could go for a fucking veggie burger.
Hell yeah!
Look, I'm really. I mean, we went to Burger Lords a couple weeks ago, and that shit really hit for me.
I've never been there actually. Wait, what kind of patty do they use?
It's their own. They
have a proprietary blend made out of like leeks and bulgur and quinoa and shit, so it's all like natural.
That's where I found and the Houston's chain of restaurants that we've talked about many times on this podcast. They also do a homemade veggie burger that's really good, and it's just
dude. Wait, is there a Houston's here?
Pasadena.
It's called Hillstone now.
No. It's still called Houston's. It's in Pasadena.
Isn't that Justin Bieber's church?
Yeah. No, that's Hillsong, but they're both places of worship for me. Depending on how much you like the veggie burger. But yeah, I just prefer a homemade patty of natural materials than this like lab engineered. We want to make it look like meat. It needs to bleed. Like I don't need.
Yeah, no, that's kind of disgusting. I agree. I just like for whatever reason, I guess like literally just from this documentary, I've like embraced the like notion just that in one form or another, the like lab kind of shit, like maybe on a big scale, like the future. It's crazy, honestly. I've started like, I read this, well, this isn't vegetarian, but like one, like people now I've been like researching like growing meat, like literally, and I was reading this article, but it's just not like viable yet on like a big,
all this,
Jason.
Food talk.
But like there's this like woman in Singapore, this scientist who has this company who like their whole like thing is growing from like just one shrimp cell, just growing basically like ground shrimp meat. And it's like, so I'm like, oh my God, like, is this, it's like the future, dude.
If that can't make a $28 shrimp cocktail, I'm not interested, but thank you for that contribution.
No, they actually talk about that. And one thing too, she was like, "Yeah, it's been like really successful. Like the main, and they're like, and they like showed this their like a shrimp like shumai like dumpling, platter they had made with it." And she was like, "The only thing now we're really trying to work out is like trying to make it cost effective because right now each one of these shumai is $300."
Damn. Okay, Mr. Chow prices.
Yeah, that really puts it into perspective, man. We are a long way off.
You're like, the shumai was pretty good, but it was not worth the $300 price tag per dumpling.
Yeah. Spend like
I mean, I agree.
On lunch.
I think that is definitely the future, and I think that using animals for food the way we're doing is definitely not sustainable. I compare it to like the Christmas tree. I think it's going to be, in 10 years, it's going to be in poor taste to have a real Christmas tree because
Wait, really?
I think so.
Is that a thing?
I disagree with TJ.
I don't even know about that. What, like farming Christmas trees?
I mean, just like as our environmental, holistic, sustainable desire, as Mad Happy clothing unfortunately grows bigger and bigger, more and more people are going to be caring about the environment and tree planting and, CO2 emissions and all that shit. And if we're still cutting down millions of healthy natural trees that are helping our world stay alive and healthy.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Then,
I didn't think about that.
But also, the same argument can be made with cars of like it actually takes more energy to build a Tesla battery than to power 20 cars, or like all the plastics and synthetic materials to make my fake Christmas tree are going to do as much damage, if not worse, than. But I'm able to use a fake Christmas tree for 10 or 20 years versus chopping down 20 trees.
Wow, this is really interesting stuff, guys.
Oh, sorry, Chris. It's only the future of our life, Earth, and humanity.
Yeah, I'm gonna hate Mother Nature.
I'm gonna be dead, bro. Who cares? Fuck it, man.
Well, I've talked about that before. Like, of you saying, like, in the next 100 years, like humans will literally be extinct for whatever number of reasons, and I agree with that. And I've always wanted to be alive when all humans finally get wiped out, just so I could say I was there.
Do you want to DJ?
I don't want to have like a T-shirt or something. I would like to DJ as the world burns. One last sick
What
set.
What is your you and Jimmy Stack back to back end of the world set? What could we expect from you guys? Just
Rihanna featuring Calvin Harris.
Yeah.
I mean, a whole lot of that. Sex and the City theme song.
All the Jason,
absolutely.
All the Jason classics.
Entourage theme song.
It's all just theme songs from the greatest TV shows that
just
were existing.
HBO only.
Yeah, HBO only. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and the final song as the last top of Mount Everest sinks into the ocean, which is now turned into lava. The Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song kicks on of like, isn't this just my luck?
Yeah, that's great. Yep. Actually, that's a good plan, Jason. Damn, you should look into music supervision, Jason.
I've tried to get into those circles. Scott has not let me in yet. Broke Mogul, I see you. Just let me get one Showtime show. It doesn't even have to be HBO. Come on, bro.
At Broke Mogul, there's too many TV shows now to not give TJ one. Like, how big of a deal is it?
Well, I've been watching.
I've been
watching TV shows. Like, I feel like it's like. I'm old enough now to where even bad Netflix like rom-com have like pretty good music supervision in them now, and it's making me bummed out.
What did you say that Dash and Lily, that holiday TV show? What song did you hear in it?
There was, it was like a Christmas rom-com for teens produced by the Jonas brother. It's bad for sure, but it had like cat power B-sides and like interesting, thoughtful music in it, and you're like, damn, like some fucking dumbass dork just made this happen. And
if I was a music supervisor, cat power would be rich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Only cat power.
I mean, cat power.
He's been trying to fuck cat power for years, though. You have to say.
Cat power? No, it's a respect thing. It's not even sexual. It's talent based.
I would hit though.
I mean, what do you guys think the true like future of TV is? Do you actually think cable will go extinct?
No.
Yes.
I say that as a subscriber. I've had cable the entire time I've been an adult, and I pay for it, every month.
Yeah, he works hard for his TBS Characters welcome. Characters welcome, looking boy.
No, well, we talked about this on the last episode of the podcast.
Yeah, we did.
It was just me and Jason, but it's basically like at a certain point, there's going to be so many streaming services, then they'll eventually be bundled. So we're reverse engineering having cable, basically.
Yeah, there's an explosion,
and then they'll just like put in ads like already on Hulu.
Yeah, it's an explosion and then an implosion.
Yeah.
It all goes back. There'll be enough streaming platforms and sites to create all these options, and then they're going to bundle them together as one package because that'll save money for everyone. And then boom, now I have Spectrum head ass cable yet once again.
That's like do you see that thing like a few years ago? I don't know if it was like real or not, but it was like introduced like soon after like Uber Pool. It was like Uber like Pool Plus, where like it's like way more people per thing, and like there's just like stops in your neighborhood, and someone was like, "You mean a bus?" Like fucking public transportation.
It's the exact same. That's what I mean. That's what we were talking about because that's what's happening.
It's a bus, but your like cousin's sister is the driver now, and they have a Kia Soul instead of a big ass bus.
There's some gum if you want it.
Yeah, I mean, if the bus had an aux cord, I'd be taking it a lot more, but.
Are you a big? How many premium subscriptions do you have, Jim?
You mean how many does my mom have?
Are you still using Mama Cable?
For cable, I absolutely use her Xfinity subscription to watch like whatever TNT.
Because you're a big hooper.
To watch Snowpiercer on TNT live.
I like the commercials.
No, I'm trying to think.
But you're an NBA head, right?
Yeah, no. So NBA League Pass for sure, and then like
how much is the ticket? How many fucking sinks do we have to get to pay for that NBA League Pass stuff?
Dude, it's like $30 a month, and it doesn't even include NBA TV, whatever that is. You know, it's like and this is like one more thing. It's such a fucking racket. I think I only have like Netflix, Prime. I honestly stopped using Hulu like purely in protest of you paying to have ads now, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna rejoin thanks to the new Tekashi 6ix9ine documentary. I'm sure you need to see that.
Yeah, I may.
Go ahead.
I saw the ad on Academics Instagram.
Go ahead and do that $12.99 PayPal transfer. Yeah. I don't want you to miss that.
Damn.
I don't even know what else Yeah.
Jason likes Hulu. Jason, does Hulu have classic television shows?
Yeah, you could watch a little fucking Frasier on that hoe. I mean, I usually just have it for SNL. But I'm not like dying to see what's going to happen on the new Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something, or like NCS Denver.
The thing I'm like most upset about with Hulu, which is just nuts to me, like one of my favorite shows of all time, if maybe not my favorite show, is King of the Hill, and somehow Hulu has it absolutely exclusively. Like you can't even buy it on like Prime, iTunes, like anything. It's so infuriating. I'm like, I would drop like $100 on like all of King of the Hill on iTunes just to like not watch it with the ads.
Once again, pray for Jim. This is not going to
Jim.
It's been hard.
We have a lot of people in the biz behind the scenes in the entertainment world. So hopefully, if somebody's out there, let's get King of the Hill. Like if King of the Hill went to Netflix,
Mike Judge, if you're listening,
that would be a big old nut.
Honestly, the listenership is growing fast like a wildfire, and I think that it's possible that Mike Judge does listen to this podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hit him with a little "dang it, Bobby," and then we're gonna get it going. So King of the Hill, that's number one for you, huh?
That's shocking.
What do we love about King of the Hill so much?
I think the fact that it's like a sitcom that's animated, like because I would always like try and watch it as a kid, be like, oh, like a cartoon, and it was like, this isn't funny, it's like not goofy, and then
it's not a cartoon.
I think there's a variety of things, but to me, what I think it like captures best, and I just think is like one of the best like characters ever, is Bobby Hill, voiced by Pamela Adlon, who just like bodies it. Like it's so good, her voice. But then
she bodied that Bobby, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and then but like also he's just so, I don't know, maybe I just like relate to him like having been an overweight 12-year-old.
Damn,
Or like an athletic 12-year-old.
We can all relate. We can all relate in this chat.
Yeah, we were all thicky stack when we were 12. Absolutely.
Well, then you guys gotta watch that. And just like how he's like so impressionable, and I don't even know.
What was the older sister's name?
Oh, that's his cousin that lives with them, Luann.
Yeah, Luann. Luann was a little baddie though, as well, right?
Dude, so bad. Voiced by Brittany Murphy.
Luann reminds me of like a Married with Children kind of character.
She's a watercolor Christina Applegate in Married with Children. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she was a little animated baddie, and nowadays, I guess back then, wanting to fuck a cartoon was really kind of an odd sensation to experience. Nowadays, it's weird. It's weird if you don't want to fuck cartoons, and nowadays you can fuck cartoons, I guess, if you have a cool enough PC.
If you have a Hulu subscription,
if you got the Alienware,
exactly, and you don't mind the ads.
If you got the
fellas, when you be hitting a cartoon, when you be hitting Luann, and the motherfucking progressive lady shows up, Flo shows up, fucks the whole nut up.
Man, I fucked the whole game up.
Progressive guy come in.
We
are farmers.
Or like the Chris Paul State Farm ones. Damn, there's so many insurance ones. Or what's the other one?
They got money.
What's the one? Well, I can't think of the name. All their songs get stuck in my head. Like they really work. Liberty, 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 liberty.
Yeah,
that one.
Every time I hear that, it grinds the fuck out of my gears. I'm like, that is the worst jingle of all time, but
guys,
it serves its purpose.
They're saying one word over and over, and that's how genius it is. There's not even like it's so one word, dude. It's amazing.
I know, but Liberty, I guess they're an insurance company. I don't even know.
It doesn't matter if you know the name. That's what matters.
But for me, I have Geico car insurance, and I don't.
Damn, I didn't know. I thought we were making more money than that, Jason. I didn't know you were broke.
Geico is not broke boy insurance, bitch.
Nah, I think bro. We're State Farm on this side.
Yeah, I'm State Farm too, dude.
Hey.
And my renter's insurance.
Damn.
Do you guys have renter's insurance?
No.
If you rent?
Oh, maybe I do actually. I think I do.
Renter's insurance is a very affordable value that everyone should absolutely do.
Damn.
It's like $10 a month for like $200,000 in damages. It's like the deal is like too good.
Yeah,
Mike has been doing some insurance fraud over here.
You're striking me as very mature, and I like that because most
you're a responsible head ass guy. I like it.
My man can cook. He can jerk off to cartoons. He can. I mean, it's crazy. The
self-contained, self-reliant.
Jimmy, who do you got in tonight's versus battle? Gucci Man versus Jeezy. What do you think? What do you think's the tail of the tape is going to look like?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, do your best Charles Barkley impression.
I thought you were in the biz, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so versus battle. That's
Gucci.
That's where two singers battle it out on Instagram Live. I know you've heard of it before, right?
Oh, really?
What, you haven't?
I guess. I don't know, dude. Honestly, Instagram. Like every time, I'll have days where I'm like, wow, I just like feel good today. Like, what's different today? Oh, I haven't looked at Instagram once. Like, literally, it's just like. I don't. For me, it's like the worst thing for my mental health ever.
It must be nice to have a full social media team to handle that for you, but unfortunately, we don't.
No, believe me, it's just me. But dude, my looking at Instagram, like, fucking God help me if anyone sees my explore page. It's like disgusting. Just like indulgent.
It can't be worse than Jason's.
Mine's all like really gross, like food, like cheesy, like rib fried, like, which I just like cannot help but watch for some reason.
You've been spending too much time in line.
Ingrown toenail removal. Like, it's just like the most disgusting stuff ever.
Wow, mine is just tennis and Asian chicks and weird looking bicycles and then graffiti.
That's pretty good. Mine is like
That's pretty tame.
Influencer chicks, tennis,
Same.
and streetwear.
Yeah.
Wait,
but
have you guys got into tennis, or were you into tennis prior?
Well,
to
both.
SARS-CoV-2.
We've gotten deeper. We've gotten deeper into tennis thanks to
thanks to the novel coronavirus. Our tennis game has improved.
Capital T, capital N. That's my favorite term for it. Like the novel.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from and why we all agreed to adopt it and not say anything about it at all. But yeah, everyone was like the novel current. Like, when did we start? Like, I know that calling something novel means it's like new and different,
Yeah.
but like I've never heard that describing like a disease that kills thousands of people.
It's not new anymore. It's been almost a full year. This shit ain't novel.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't say the novel HIV virus when it came out, did they?
No, they definitely didn't. No, definitely.
Or like Jimmy Stack novel album.
His novel album out now.
What's what?
I mean, it really is a book on tape. It's a movie in an album form, isn't it?
I understand. Yeah. What's up with the? Yeah, since we've talked for a full hour about nothing, I guess you should talk about your record for the last 2 minutes if you want to.
Yeah, what's Bon Iver like?
Yeah, what's the vibe with Bon Iver? Because I'm a big fan, but he seems like a real freak.
No, he's not. He's so chill. He's like, I don't know, just like truly someone where you're like, wow, if everybody was like as nice and like decent to people as you in music and not like a clout chasing piece of shit, everything like the world would be a better place.
Did you go to the compound? Have you been to the compound in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Okay, so walk us through the compound.
Walk us through the whips.
I'm trying.
It's just
what's
like
the Bon Iver whip game?
Walk us through all the John Deere tractors that he must have on site.
Dude, it's like sick. I think he just like redid it actually, but it's like just a dope ass like huge house out in rural Wisconsin. There's like several studios in it, a fucking basketball court, like a pond, fucking like motorcycles. There's like a farm to table chef. It's just sick. It's like, and then like a garbage bag full of mushrooms, in infinite beers, infinite weed.
Do you think
damn, this sounds like TJ's playground, if you ask me.
Do you think he's interested in producing a podcast? I think there's a lot he could do, with us.
I mean, he could. I don't know. Would he? Probably not.
Look, I'll eat a whole eighth if he needs me to.
That sounds. But how long do you sleep there? Is it like that kind of studio?
Yeah, dude. It's like a fucking like 8-bedroom place. I mean, there's like it could like sleep like 20 people probably.
Damn. So
I could have my bachelor party there. That's sick.
Yeah, that's cool.
What kind of?
Yeah, does he open for bookings?
Is it Le Labo or Aesop in the bathroom?
I think it's Aesop.
That's a how long gone exclusive. Once again, Bon Iver got Aesop in the studio. You heard it here first.
So Jimmy, we do another podcast called How Long Gone Radio where we play music through Spotify, and our first episode featured one of your songs. Did you know that?
My guys, no. But I'm glad I do.
If the royalty check looks a little different this month, you know why?
It's a couple more cents.
Yeah. I really like the song with Casey Hill. It has a nice bump.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Spotify. Are you saying Spotify could do better at paying their artists? Is that a thing? I didn't know that.
I never heard that either. Jason.
It's a novel concept.
Were you supposed to be on tour?
I mean, like, yeah, and honestly, I am, just between the three of us and the tens of thousands of people listening, I'm so relieved that I'm not. Like, so relieved.
Do you have a bad case of stage fright, or?
But don't tell anyone that. Mm-hmm. No, I mean, dude, just honestly, like, it's just way chiller, like, waking up at home and, like, whatever, exercising, whatever the fuck, going to the studio, not eating at Starbucks in an airport every morning.
So you've developed a really nice little routine that works for you, and you would like to avoid disrupting that.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's not even the routine. And like live like playing like live is definitely fun as fuck, but it's so like tiring. I mean, and I haven't even like scratched the surface, but it's one of those things where you just kind of realize like, damn, like, you know, some of these like bigger artists who even if it is like, you know, Taylor Swift, like probably flying everywhere in a like private jet, you're like, damn, like
it's still tiring
doing that shit. Like, I mean, it's just fucking exhausting, dude. It's like being, I mean, not for me, obviously, but like for like bigger people, you're like, damn, it's like literally like if the NBA season was year round, you know?
Yeah, and you're like, we got to show up at 3 for the visual lighting check, and then we have in-ear monitor check at 4:15. Then we have dinner. Then boom, boom, boom. It's like it never ends.
And like
there's no
timeouts during your set. Yeah,
no timeouts. Yeah, I mean it was very amazing just traveling around and DJing, and all you have to do is go to dinner, get drunk with shitty promoter guys, and then show up with your Sennheisers and a USB stick, and then. You know, play funny music for an hour and a half. That's as good as it gets.
Funny music. It is really true. It's kind of like a shame that the whole like DJ bubble like seems to have burst. I mean, what a just like crazy.
I know.
Like, you know, when nightclubs were just like super popping and stuff too. You know, because now it's like, or my impression of it is at least like if you're a big electronic act or whatever, like you're now like nightclubs just like aren't like cracking anymore. Like you have to like, you know, actually play like a venue and shit. And like, I'm just like,
you have to play
like reflecting on it. You're
theater.
Like, yeah.
Well, I think DJs had it too good for too long, unfortunately.
Dude, yeah.
Because
Jason coming for his own people. I hate to see this.
I mean, it was a great little situation that got ruined by dorks, just like every cool creative thing in the world. Just like fucking Clubhouse and Instagram and Raya and every other cool thing that was cool at one point. Tumblr, you name it, MySpace. Eventually, enough dorks will take over it, and it's done.
Jason's going to get us cut off from the EDM community, and we haven't had Marshmello on the podcast yet. So this is like a little, let's walk it back a little bit in post. Yeah, let's walk it out a little bit back a little bit.
I'll have Aoki squash it. Don't worry.
Yeah, call Steve. let him know you fucked up.
I'll tell 303 to squash it.
They're back
on the forums.
All right, Jimmy, thank you so much for potting with us. It's been a real treat.
Dude, thank you for having me. It's fun. It's probably the highlight of my day.
Hell
good,
yeah.
thank God. And Jim, the album Ephemera is in stores now. All record stores.
Is.
Stream it everywhere. Do you want people to buy that shit on Bandcamp or something, or what do you suggest?
Whatever you want, just listen to it.
And also, you had cool merchandise. I liked all the merch you did, and I also like that you were selling your merchandise on eBay. Is that what you're doing?
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, we had to move it to Shopify. It's like literally, I think whatever, like eBay like flagged the account as like suspicious when like a brand new account all of a sudden like did like a ton of business in like a 36-hour period.
Big flex.
No, it did, dude. Like I'm shocked. I'm like, wow, why would anybody want to buy like my shirt that I wear every day?
Who designed the merch?
My friend, this guy Sammy Perulak. Sammy crushed it, but unfortunately you have to go to Shopify now.
I thought it was cool that you're using eBay as your retail direct-to-consumer platform.
Dude, same. Although I guess like now it's nice I don't have to pay any like fees anymore.
Sure.
I don't even know what it was, but one of my friends that I was trying to like, I was like, that's just like not doable. He was like, you gotta figure out how to sell it on Craigslist.
Hell yes.
I was like, oh my God, how is that? How do you even do that?
You got to do hand to hand. You got to meet him at Starbucks every time somebody wants to buy a Nalgene bottle.
Martine Rose did that with her Nike covers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I don't know how long it worked for, but she did it for sure in London, I believe.
And no one got like abducted or anything.
I'm sure they did it like for it was more performative than
she got abducted, but it was worth it for the press.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy. Thank you so much for doing this. Make sure you go stream his great album, follow him on social media, and we'll see you guys next time.
What Jason said.
Thanks,
Jim. All right. Later, y'all.
Bye.
See ya.